Hello and welcome to this week's Pilates class. I'm back after my week off. So we're going to work on the abs a little bit more, as I said. We're going to do it this week, next week, and we're going to change the focus a little bit again. So we're going to come onto our hands and knees, get started with our warm-up, loosen up the spine. We're going to get into the ab work, focus on the core today for pretty much the majority of it, maybe just a little bit for the adductors, and then we're going to do a little bit of a cool down at the very end. So come onto the hands and knees, hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips, tuck the elbows in, drop the ribs down to the mat, arching the back, lift the head up, and then drop the head down, ribs up nice and high to the ceiling, round in the back. Drop the wrists back down, arch the back, lift the head up, drop the head down, ribs up towards the ceiling. Drop the wrists back down, lift the head up looking up in front. Good, and drop the head down one more time. And then flatten the back out and look down between the fingertips. So keep the elbows tucked in the whole time. We're going to pick the left foot up, twist it out to the side, look around the left arm, back in, right leg out, left leg out looking around the arm, back in, right leg up and out looking around the arm, and back in. We're going to combine them, drop the ribs down, lift the head up, turn the head to the left, left foot comes out, push the ribs up to the ceiling, foot comes back in, head rolls down, right foot comes out, looking at the toes as you drop the ribs down, lift the head up and right foot comes back in. Switch directions now. Right foot up and out to the side. Have a look at the toes. Push the ribs to the ceiling. Roll the head down as right foot comes in. Left foot comes out. Looking at the toes. Drop the ribs back down. Left foot comes in and looking up in front. Good. Look down between the fingertips now. We're going to bring the hips and shoulders to the left. Right leg back. Right arm up in front. And just get your balance. Shoulder blades back and down, arms and legs back down, hips and shoulders to the right, left leg back, left arm up in front. Good, holding your balance, shoulder blades are back and down, right elbows tucked in, arms and legs back down. Perfect. Bring yourself forward on the mat a little bit. We're going to do our knee hovers. I'm going to walk them back into a plank for every hover. Squeeze the abs, tuck the toes underneath the feet, lift the knees up a couple of inches, hold yourself there, and rest back down. Walk the toes back a couple of inches, squeeze the abs, lift the knees up, and lower. Walk the toes back again, squeeze the abs, lift, hold, walk the toes all the way back, straight line from the shoulders through the hips to the knees to the ankles. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, tuck the elbows in, walk the feet forward, and rest the knees in. Perfect. Turn over onto your back now. So head resting on the head blocks, hands down by the side, imprint the spine, bring the rib cage down, bring the legs up into tabletop. Tap the right toes off the mat, and then the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the feet down onto the mat. Next, we're going to do our double toe taps. So imprint again, rib cage comes down, hands by the side, legs to tabletop, tap the 2 feet, close to the hips, and tap further away. 2, 3, shoulders drop back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, one last one, 10. Legs back to tabletop, and bring the feet onto the mat. We'll do a little bit for the glutes while we're here. Imprint the spine, right leg to tabletop, lift the hips up and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one last one, 10. Rest the hips in and switch legs. So right foot is on the mat, left knee to the chest, lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. Keep the ribs down. 4. Use the hands, make sure the ribs don't flare up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one last one, 10, and back down. Rest the feet down again. We're going to do some rows next. So straighten the legs down onto the mat, hands back behind the head, arms forward, chin to the chest, roll up into sitting, chest forward at the top, and back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the feet down on the mat as you roll back down, nice and slow and controlled. 6, elbows pointed down to the mat at the top. 7, arms parallel to the floor. Last 3. 8, keep the shoulders back. 9, back down. 1 last one. 10, chest forward at the top, chin tucked in. Control on the way down. And then resting. Bend the knees next. So next we're going to come into some flutter kicks. So imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, straighten the legs to the ceiling, keeping the back imprinted, and nice slow kicks. 2, 3, we're going for 10 on each leg. 4, 5, squeezing the abs. 7, 8, 9, 10. Legs to tabletop and bring the feet down. So we're looking for consistency in the pressure from our imprint. We don't let the back bubble up and down. We want to keep the back as flat as we can the whole time. Next, we're going to straighten the legs onto the mat again, and we're going to do some more rows. This time I'm going to reach up towards the ceiling. So hands back behind the head, arms forward, chin to the chest, rolling up and reaching up. 1, and down. 2, and down. 3, back down. Good, control on the way down. 4, fingers pointing to the ceiling. 5, halfway there. 6, 7, 8, last 2, 9, shoulders are relaxed. 1 last one, arms forward, chin to the chest, reaching up, and then control on the way back down, and then resting. So bend the knees again. This time I'm going to go for a double leg lowers. So I'm going to imprint again, 2 legs to the ceiling, drop the heels about 3 inches away, but again, focus on the imprint. It's the most important part of all this. Hands by the side, imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, straighten the legs to the ceiling, drop the heels, and lift. 1, 2, and nice and slow. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one last one, 10. Bend the knees and bring the feet down one at a time. Next we're going to do a little bit for the hip flexors. So we're going to come up into a bridge, we're going to extend one leg, we're going to do a little pulses with the legs straight. So rest the head down, hands by the side, arch the back, so we get a big gap between our back and the mat, and then imprint and squeeze that down, bring the rib cage down as we do that, roll the hips back, lift the hips up nice and high, so nice good extension through the hips here, hands by the side, straighten the right leg, and 10 little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice and slow. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the right knee. Straighten the left leg. 1, 2, 3. Keep pushing through the right hip. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the left knee and bring the feet down. Good. Next one we're going to do, we're going to do the single straight leg stretch. So we're going to imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, right hand to the outside of the right ankle, left hand to the inside of the right knee, and then straighten the left leg, and we're going to switch. We're going to go for 10 on each side. So imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, chin to the chest, head and shoulders up, right hand to the outside of the right ankle, left hand to the inside of the right knee, straighten the left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, drop the shoulders back, 9, 10. Legs to tabletop, rest the head down, and then bring the feet down. Good, we're going to come back into a bridge for the next one. We're going to lift the hips again, and instead of our pulses up and down, we're going to bring the leg out to the side and back in. So the foot comes out to about the edge of the mat, back in about a foot in distance, 30 centimeters or so, and then back to the middle. So again, hands by the side, arch the back, let the ribs flare and pop out, trying to create as big gap underneath your back as you can, and then imprint the spine, bring the rib cage down, breathing the air out of the lungs, lift the hips up nice and high, nice good extension, pushing through that left glute, pushing the hips up towards the ceiling, extend the right leg, toes pointing to the ceiling, slide the foot to the side, back in, 1, 2, 3, keep that right hip level with the left, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the right knee, extend the right hip, left hip stays level with it, left leg is extended, 1, 2, 3, 4, keep the ribs down, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the left knee and rest the hips down. 3 more exercises. We're going to come into a double straight leg stretch. So it's hands by the elbows, bring the elbows and knees in. Then we're going to do some roll-ups into teaser, or into bow pose. And then finally we're going to do a little bit of stretching for the low back. So, head on our block, hands to the side of the head, imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, chin to the chest, elbows into the knees, straighten the legs, elbows apart. 1, 2, 3, keep the shoulder blades back and down. 4, 5, keep the knees together. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the knees, rest the head, and bring the feet down onto the mat. Last tough exercise, we're going to roll up into bow pose. So imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, hands back behind the head, arms forward, chin to the chest, keeping the heels off the mat, and arms straight out in front. 1, 2, 3, keep the feet up. 4, 5, 6, 4 more. 7, don't kick the legs out in front, last 3. 8, 9, 1 more, nearly there. 10. Roll back down, hands back, feet onto the mat, and rest down. Last one, straighten the left leg onto the mat, right hand out to the side, right leg across the mat, stretching the low back, the glutes, the lats, the pecs, and the shoulder. And breathe out as much as you can. Good. And then back to the middle and switch sides. Left hand out to the side, left knee comes across onto the mat. And try to empty all of that air out of the lungs to give the thoracic spine more rotation. Good. Come back to the middle and we'll finish with that. I hope you enjoyed the class. We'll see you again next week. We're working a little bit more and then we'll mix things up again. See you soon. Bye bye.